I once found myself in possession of a document, one left clandestinely on my doorstep. A thick, unmarked envelope. Inside it, a series of papers detailing the existence of a chilling entity referred to as SCP-3219, the Screaming Forest. The document outlined a forested area encapsulated in an ominous fog, the site of numerous unexplained disappearances that have been swept under the rug. As a freelance journalist, I couldn't pass up a story like this. I was compelled to validate this document, seeking a glimpse of this supposed realm of the tormented. Following the coordinates mentioned, I arrived at a place where the air was thick with mournful sighs and disturbing screams in the distance. The trees loomed like prison bars holding back dark forces within the forest. It wasn't long before whispers fluttered around me, echoes of lament and regret, skeletal fingers gently brushing my consciousness. My every step seemed to echo within a silent, suffering chorus, an invisible heaviness hanging in the air. As unseen spectators observed, shadows engaged in a sinister ballet at the periphery of my sight, with the trees contorting into shapes of agony. What was I doing here? What was I hoping to unearth? Suddenly, the shadows melded into ghostly human figures, faces warped in eternal pain, reaching towards me with their eyes, emptied black voids, pleading. My breath stuck, a waterfall of terror flowing through me as my hands began to dissolve into a fog-like substance. It hit me like a freight train. These spirits were once people, their souls forever trapped by this cursed forest. I ran, the shadows in pursuit, their mournful wails chasing me, clawing at the remnants of my sanity. The fog tightened around me like the coils of a spectral serpent, the whispers becoming desperate, pleading for me to stay. The forest was a confusing labyrinth. I realized too late that the trees were rearranging themselves to disorient me. In my mind, I cried out for help, hoping to reach out to some higher being for salvation. I promised to do better, to never succumb to my vices, and to turn my life around, anything if I can just get out of this forest. Just when I began to lose hope of ever escaping, the forest suddenly yielded and spat me out. I stumbled forward and landed hard on the concrete road, the haunting whispers replaced by blessed silence. Pinching myself, I was relieved to find my body was solid again. The influence of the forest no longer affected me. In the safety of my home, I was gripped with a dilemma. Should I publish my findings of SCP-3219? Having been inside the forest, I was able to glimpse inside its mind and learned of its intent. The forest is hungry. It has been that way for such a long time. The hunger can never be satiated, and the supply of food is too rare. It yearns to reach out with a new means to ensnare its prey. That is why I must not publish this story. The tale of SCP-3219, its screams and spectral inhabitants would remain unspoken, hidden in my files away from prying eyes. Maybe, just maybe, my silence would starve it a bit, keeping it away from fresh souls for a little longer.